Welcome back to another video and another weigh-in update. If it's your first time here, my name is Beck. Thank you so much for joining me. So it's been a bit of an odd week. Has anybody else thought that? It's been a bit of a strange one. Now, I was thinking that I was going to really miss the half term because in Wales it was Whitsun half term the last week. But obviously with all the Jubilee celebrations and the bank holidays that we had, it meant that I had a shorter working week and I didn't end up missing it as much. Whether it is because of that, and I knew that there was the 3 week come in that I didn't miss it as much, or whether it's just because I've slipped into my routine quite nicely and I'm not going to miss the half terms. Obviously I'm going to miss the summer holidays because that is the big one. That is the 6 weeks off where I just used to not really do an awful lot sometimes. And I think as well, the fact that I had all that time off and I used to, and I still do it now, procrastinate an awful lot. I will put things off and put things off that I would end up not doing hardly anything that I wanted to when I was off for the whole 6 weeks. And I'd think, as long as I've done one big job, then that's the main thing. So it would normally be something like cleaning out the shoe cupboard downstairs, which is a fairly big job when you've seen the amount of shoes that we have between us. And I think since the 6 of us were living here, we haven't really had a proper sort out. So there's coats for 6 people and shoes for 6 people. And then toys from when I had the baby when I was looking after him before I went full time. So it's just full of rubbish. Anybody else is under the stairs like that? Mine's awful. So I think I generally will do that once a year and think, oh, I'll just do that one job and then I've done something. You know, and then there's cupboards, I'm looking around my bedroom, there's cupboards in my bedroom that I really need to sort out and probably haven't since I've moved in. And we've lived in this house for 17 years. So please tell me I'm not the only person that hasn't sorted out cupboards in 17 years. So anyway, it's not been a bad week. However, with there being 2 bank holidays, and obviously I've been out and about and doing things, but you may not see that until tomorrow because I don't think I've uploaded the end of the week for everybody to see. I don't think I have. So that will be up tomorrow, no, Tuesday. And I'm slipping into a nice little routine now where I'm doing about 4 videos a week and it's going quite nicely at the moment. So as long as everyone is happy, I've got a hair in my eye, then I'm going to continue to do things this way. Although, like I say, subject to change just because I'm just going with the flow. And I'm really enjoying going with the flow. Not just in my food, but in my videos as well. And I like to know that I've got a little bit of consistency. So I'm trying to do them on the same days. And I think it's kind of working out okay. So, but like I say, subject to change, because if I decide actually no, I want to be uploading these videos every single day, because I did ask it last week and thought it's just not feasible for me to do them at the moment. Well, it wasn't this week, and I think that's because there were so many things going on. So yeah, I'm just confusing everything again, aren't I? I can hear Jeff downstairs because the football is on. And did we score? I don't think we did. We might have. Hang on. No, we didn't because he'd be screaming. So, that being said, as I was saying, we have had the bank holidays. I had a festival yesterday. We had meals out, which is not unusual for me. I know you know that. And there was something else, afternoon tea for my friend's birthday, which was in June, and we went in June. No, it was in November and we went in June. But it was, you know, we went. It was gorgeous. And we went for a lovely walk after, which we got lost in the woods. Yeah, again, you'll see that tomorrow. That was a fun day. It was actually a really fun day. And I think sometimes, you know, you've got to account for these things because I'm doing these videos to keep me on track, to keep me accountable, so that I can look back if ever I need to. And trust me, I've had to look back a few times because when I started doing what I'm doing now, I wanted to remember the things that I was eating when I lost that massive amount of weight. And I went back to the beginning of last year, 2020 or whichever. And I had a little look, and because obviously I was doing Slimming World at the time, and the reason I don't want to go back to doing something like that, because lots of people have said to me that I should, is only because I don't want the restrictions. I don't want to have to pay out, which obviously I was doing when I was going to, you know, the groups, or even when I was doing it online, and it was lockdown. I was still having to pay then, and I'm not, you know, it's not that I don't want to spend the money, because do I think it's worth it? Absolutely. It's just, I want, for me, I want to try, and I want to know that I am able to control these things myself and not have to rely on something else at the moment. It's been going really well. As you've seen, I've had 3 consecutive weight losses, and then we come to today. So it may come as no shock when I tell you I didn't get a loss today. I got a gain. But, and I'm not making excuses, because it's totally my fault, and I will hold myself accountable for it. There's been a lot going on, and even when you're on a maintain journey, which I'm not at the moment, I completely understand, you're going to have those fluctuations. You're going to have the losses, you're going to have the gains, which I suppose on a maintain journey is kind of a little bit more acceptable. When you're on a weight loss journey, as I'm trying to be, then you don't want to gain. But things will happen. There will be, you know, spanners thrown into the works, and you've just got to cope with them. What I'm not doing is beating myself up. I am not dwelling on it. I've drawn the line, and I'm not even saying I've drawn the line and I've moved on, because I'm just trying, as you know, to eat healthily, which this last week, if I'm totally honest, it hasn't been a healthy eating kind of week. Yes, I've made good savvy swaps. I've done the majority of what I was trying to do before, but then there have been a lot more meals out than there usually are. So I would probably go out once a week on average, and this week we've done 2 meals out and a takeaway and afternoon tea. So that is a lot more than there's used to, but it's been special occasions. There's been things going on, and I'm not going to say no to those things, and I'm going to enjoy myself when I can. What I also need to remember, and I did do it, and you'll see that tomorrow, is just to try my best when I'm out. And sometimes I'm going to make the swaps, sometimes I'm not going to, but I think it's all a matter of balance. And for me this week, you know, it wasn't meant to be. So when I say I've had a gain, it's a gain of 1.5 pounds. That's fine. I'm quite aware that it's taken me 3 weeks to lose 3.5 pounds. So in the grand scheme of things, 1.5 pounds on, when for the last 2 weeks I lost 0.5 pound and 0.5 pound, is not great. But I'm taking it, because it's just going to give me the motivation now to move forward. What I'm trying to do is I'm trying to think, I've got things coming up. We've got a holiday, we've got, I've got other things booked. So I'm going to carry on enjoying myself, but I'm going to have to learn, I think, to be a little bit more strict with myself as well. Not in the sense that I'm restricting things that I'm having, because if anybody watches The Mindful Chef on Instagram, he is hilarious. I've probably mentioned him before, but he's one of those people that he does take the mick out of certain plans. I'm not going to say, I'm not, you know, not going to defend him. He does what he wants to do, but he talks so much sense, and I find him hilarious. He is really funny. So I'm going to watch a bit more of him, because he does, I don't know, he makes so much sense, and he doesn't, you know, you can have the cream, you can have the olive oil. We all know it's everything is done as long as you're working towards that calorie deficit. Even things like Slimming World and Weight Watchers, those plans they're created around those calorie deficits. But then I'm saying that, and as I'm saying it, I'm thinking, but then you can have the unlimited pasta, and you can have lots of unlimited things on both plans. So, but I think because you're encouraged to eat all the fruit and the veg, then you don't want all the higher in calories things. I know I'm trying to say in my own head, and I'm not going back to any of the things that I've tried in the past at the moment. I'm just going to continue doing what I'm doing because for the last 3 weeks it's worked. It just so happens that this week it hasn't. And I am under no illusions as to why it hasn't worked. And it's because I haven't tried. So it's clear to see at the moment for me, I said I'd give it a month. I've given it that month. I've had 3 losses. I've had 1 gain. But that gain was because I didn't try as hard. Like I said, I have tried certain things and to do those swaps. But then the flip side of that is I've still been out and had meals out that are, you know, but you'll see those tomorrow. So I'm going to show you my book. So where are we? There we are, the 4th of June, 17 stone 8, 1.5 on. That's 2 stone 13 lost since January of 2020. And if I was on a maintained journey, that would be fine. And 4 stone 2 since I was at my heaviest, which was 21 stone 10. And when I was doing last week's weigh-in video, I was looking for before and after photos. And I came across one, and do you know what? It's when you look back at things like that and you see quite how far you have come, even though I'm saying I've only lost 2 stone 13. 2 stone 13, that's a lot of weight. That's nearly 3 stone. In total, that's over 4 stone. And do you know what? I went out yesterday, we had this festival, and I bumped into people that I haven't seen for ages, that I was in school with, and it was such a lovely day. And it's nice when you see people you haven't seen for ages and they notice things. So, you know, the amount of people that said to me, oh my God, you've lost so much weight, you're looking great. I was like, thank you so much. But then I feel like I can't take that compliment. And then I'm saying, but I've put on 2 stone. But I've put on 2 stone. So instead of going, oh, thank you very much and leaving it at that, I'm trying to, I don't even know why do we do that to ourselves? I do it anyway. So I was at the point, obviously, where I'd lost over 6 stone, and I know that I've put that 2 stone back on, but I also know that I got it off, and I will get it off again. And that is what we need to tell ourselves, that we can do it. I can do it. I've done it before, and I will do it again. And that's where I'm going to leave it today. Thank you so much for watching. I hope everything is going well for everybody else. I hope you've had the losses, gains, maintains, whatever it is you've needed, that you've got them. I will see you in the next one.